One of the things that a lot of people say to me is, and this happens all the time, Marcus, I don't know what to train my employees on, my team members. I have no idea what to why do I have to really train my wait staff, waiters and waitresses and bartenders? Like, what do you mean I have to train them? And a lot of people are saying, well, the digital age is coming, technology, and maybe employees are going to be a thing of the past, or at least be reduced down to a minimum. And I got to tell you, I was just at the bar show, bar, nightclub, restaurant show in Vegas, and they were rolling out there's a lot of technology there, a lot of technology, a lot of software technology, but the hardware technology is coming too, where there's robots there and there's machines there to make cocktails. And I'm like, these are nice, but you still need a person there to put the glasses in the machine, grab the glass out of the machine, and it might be able to help with production. And the one company there from China had this full robot that had these mechanical arms and grab things and then it put it on a cart, and then the cart would try to go to the guests, and it wasn't really didn't work that efficiently. I don't think it was super slow. And it's like, these expensive robots. Like the one robot was $1,700 a month. You lease it, you never own it. You lease it for $1,700 a month, and you still need employees there to load it, the glasses, pull the glasses out, put the liquor in, all this kind of stuff. But the bottom line is, people ask me, like, Marcus, and people even laugh, like what do I haven't done training in years in my staff. So I'm going to be dropping a lot of knowledge, and I have been dropping a lot of knowledge on some ideas to train restaurants, so restaurant teams. Folks, this is one of the most important things every business, including restaurants. Restaurants are really bad with this. This is one thing that everybody needs to be training on. Sexual harassment. So that's our sexual harassment and discrimination policy. This is something that is always overlooked. Now, New York State's a law, by the way. Cuomo passed this, that every company has to do this training annually with their staff, and they have to sign off on it and then turn it into the state. So the LoveGov here must have known by maybe his own actions, I don't know, what was good for our state. But however, this stuff, I know somebody who currently told me the day they go that the owner of the property is facing it's already spent $180,000 in legal fees because of a sexual harassment case. And a lot of things can be considered sexual harassment or discrimination. And it's easy to say, oh yeah, I know what sexual harassment is. When I worked at the Broadmoor in Colorado Springs back in the early 90s, 94, the one cook got fired because he asked out the other cook on a date. He just simply asked her out on a date, like, hey, you want to go out on a date? You want to go out? You want to go grab a drink or something? And she had said something, and of course, HR had to follow up on it. And that's a possibility where the female would have felt uncomfortable working in a situation with somebody that wants to go out with her. So they fired the cook. They actually came in and fired him. And that was like the first time I was like, whoa. So when I worked at the country club in Woodmore, in Colorado, in Monument, Colorado, later in '99, I had told the story to the general manager, and he goes, perfect. I'd like you to write our sexual harassment policy. So I came in and wrote the sexual harassment policy. I was a chef there, later became the executive food director. So I wrote this policy that I've been using for years and adapting. And not only is it sexual harassment you have to keep referring to your staff on, but it's also kind of discrimination, jokes, any kind of slurs, racial, ethnic slurs, jokes, anything that anybody can take the wrong way. You've got to nip it and make sure that it's not happening in your workplace, because this can be very detrimental. One of the most important things is in these policies is that you have to give a very specific time to report things. For example, we give 24 hours, which is standard in the corporate world. 24 hours to report anything. And this, if anybody says anything to you, does anything to you, offends you in any way, 24 hours to report, because people come back 3 years later, 3 months later, and as an owner-operator, I want to take care of this right away. I tell all my employees, I want to take care of this right away and conduct an investigation. So you need to understand that you need to come to me within 24 hours of this so we can come in and nobody's uncomfortable in any situations. Even though this is something that a lot of companies put out a policy in the beginning, you'd be surprised how much ongoing training we do with this. And I have to pull people aside and say, you said something that was a little inappropriate, and that person might be okay with it, but you never know who is and who isn't, or when that particular person isn't okay with it, to cause problems. And like I said, you get into a legal battle with this, and people can come after money, and your attorney fees can add up. So, folks, every business should have an in-depth sexual harassment and discrimination policy. Team members sign off on it. This is something that should be going into constant video training on your online video training platform, something that gets reiterated, something that goes over from time to time. And in New York State, every year, companies have to do this training. So we've actually automated it. It's actually on our video training platform. The questions are there. The team members go through and watch it, and then they read along, and then they go and answer the questions. So we know that they've done it, and then we have record that they've done it and completed the test. So that's just one more topic that people don't think of for training. So restaurant owners, if you're out there thinking, well, I don't need to do training, you are dead wrong. Training is something you do constantly, not something you did. Go check out restaurantgrowthsecretsuniversity.com for more information, tips, tricks on how to run a restaurant. Talk to everybody later.